Some love stories don't begin with passion, they begin with a quiet feeling that refuses to leave. My name is Jessica, and this is the story of how I got lost in love, and it suddenly, not loudly, but slowly and deeply. When I met Ethan, nothing dramatic happened. There was no strong heartbeat, no magical moment like in movies. He was just standing there, calm and simple, with a gentle smile that felt honest. Yet something about him stayed with me long after that first meeting. At first, we were just two people talking. Our conversations were light. We spoke about work, daily routines, and small experiences. But what made him different was how he listened. He didn't rush. He didn't pretend. He looked at me as if my words mattered. That feeling was rare. I started noticing small things. The way he remembered little details. The way he waited for me to finish speaking. The way silence between us felt comfortable, not awkward. Slowly, our meetings became regular. Coffee turned into long walks. Short talks turned into deep conversations. I found myself waiting for his messages without realizing it. His presence became a calm space in my busy life. Love didn't announce itself. It quietly settled in my heart. One evening, we sat on a bench, watching the city lights. We didn't talk much, but the silence felt warm, safe. I realized then that I felt understood without explaining myself. That scared me. I had been independent for a long time. I didn't want to lose myself in someone else. I didn't want to depend on love. But with Ethan, it didn't feel like losing myself, it felt like becoming more real. We shared our past slowly. I told him about my fears, my disappointments, and the times I felt alone. He listened without judging. He shared his struggles, his emotional wounds, and his hopes for the future. There were moments when words failed, and our eyes spoke instead. We were not perfect. We had misunderstandings. Sometimes I expected too much. Sometimes he became quiet. There were days when emotions felt heavy. But instead of walking away, we talked. We learned it. We adjusted. Love taught us patience. One night, I asked him softly, "Why do you stay?" He looked at me and said, "Because with you, I don't have to pretend." That answer changed everything. We started building something deeper than attraction. Trust grew. Respect grew. Care became natural. We supported each other through stress, doubts, and uncertainty. Being with him felt like coming home. I realized that being lost in love does not mean forgetting the world. It means facing the world together. It means choosing each other even when life is difficult. There were nights when we talked until morning, not about big dreams, but about life, how fragile it is, how confusing it can be, and how love makes it softer. I learned something important. True love is not loud. It is consistent. It is patient. It stays. With Ethan, I didn't feel the need to impress. I didn't feel the need to hide. I was simply myself, and that was enough. We didn't promise perfection. We promised honesty. We promised effort. We promised to grow together. And somewhere between shared smiles, quiet evenings, and deep understanding, we got lost in each other's love, in it in a way that breaks you, but in a way that heals you. Some love stories don't need drama. They only need two hearts willing to stay, listen, and choose each other every day. Love didn't change our lives overnight, but it quietly changed how we faced every tomorrow. As time passed, love settled into our lives in gentle ways. It wasn't dramatic. It was present. It showed up in small moments, morning messages, shared smiles, quiet understanding after long days. Ethan and I began to learn each other deeply. I learned how he became silent when he was tired, not distant, just thoughtful. He learned how I needed reassurance, not because I was weak, but because I cared deeply. We didn't always get it right, but we always tried. There were days when life felt heavy. Work pressure, family expectations, and personal fears sometimes crept into our relationship. On those days, love was tested not by big fights, but by tiredness and misunderstandings. Sometimes, we misunderstood silence as distance. Sometimes, words came out wrong. But we chose to talk. One evening, after a long and difficult day, we sat together without speaking. I felt overwhelmed, unsure of myself. Ethan reached for my hand and said softly, You don't have to be strong all the time. That moment stayed with me. Love became a safe place. We learned how to grow together without losing ourselves. We supported each other's goals. When one of us felt unsure, the other stood firm. We celebrated small wins and comforted each other through failures. Love didn't remove fear. It gave us courage. There were quiet nights when we talked about the future, not big promises, but simple hopes, a peaceful life, mutual respect, a relationship where both hearts felt heard. I realized something important. Love is not about needing someone to complete you. It's about choosing someone to walk beside you. With Ethan, I didn't feel rushed. I didn't feel pressured. I felt accepted. Even on days when I wasn't my best version, I knew I was still loved. We learned how to argue with respect, how to apologize honestly, how to listen not just to words, but to emotions. Love taught us maturity. One night, I asked him, "Do you ever get scared?" He smiled and said, "Yes, but I'm more scared of not trying." That honesty made me love him more. Our love was not perfect, but it was real. We didn't lose ourselves in love. We found balance. We learned that love grows when both people grow, that trust builds when actions match words, that silence can be peaceful when hearts feel secure. As days turned into memories, I understood something clearly. Being lost in each other's love didn't mean forgetting the world. It meant facing the world together with patience, care, and honesty. And even now, when life feels uncertain, one thing remains clear. Some love stories don't need loud promises. They only need two hearts willing to stay, understand, and choose each other again and again.